Hello, it's Candy Pip, Yoga for Recovery. I am so grateful to be back again. I'm sorry it took so long. The holidays hit, things get crazy. I want to thank all the people who reached out to me though and said, hey Candy, what's going on? When are we getting another video? Thanks guys, that really gave me the push that I needed and realized that I needed to step up my game. So here we are. We're just going to start with a very gentle New Year's intention flow. We can ground down, feel it out, stretch it out, whatever feels good for you. So let's start with a comfortable seat. I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a big, deep inhale in and exhale with a sigh. And one more big, deep inhale in and exhale. Let it all out. Start to bring the awareness to the breath, inhaling and filling the belly all the way up. And as you exhale, squeezing that belly button towards the spine. Inhale up. And exhale, release. Stay with this breath for however many rounds that you feel comfortable. If you need to stop me and come back, that's fine. After your next round, bring it back to your normal breath, your normal rhythm. And see if anything has expanded or moved while we've started breathing. And then I want you to set an intention for yourself, whether it's for the week, for the year, or for this class, to be present, to be grounded, to stretch a little bit more. Completely up to you. And we're going to begin. And we're going to inhale up, lifting through the spine, and on the exhale, twist over to the left. Good. Inhale up, twist over to the right. Exhale, come down. Inhale to center, really lifting the rib cage up. Exhale, plant that left hand, right hand comes over. Stretch as much as you need to, as far as it feels comfortable, making space down that side. And then switch over to the other side. The right hand plants and the left arm comes over, stretching through that other side. That feels nice and delicious. Opening and moving. And back to center. We're going to go ahead and find our way into cat-cow. So in tabletop position, those hands are stacked over, the wrists are stacked over the hands, elbows, shoulders. They're shoulder length apart. The knees are hip distance apart. So it's going to go with that tailbone leading. So it's an exhale, and then inhale, soften, and we bring that gaze slightly forward. So exhale, round. Inhale, soften. As you exhale, release anything that you're holding on to. We're letting it go. And as you inhale, coming back down, everything that you no longer need is behind you. Round the spine. 2 more rounds. Your path, your rhythm. Beautiful. Now take your knees the width of the mat. Sink your hips back to your heels. Stretch the arms out into child's pose, balasana, that surrender pose. If you have a block, you can use the block to bring to your head. If not, you can find a book. A book will work as well. Or you can bring it down to your hands if that's easier, but we really want to go for that full stretch. Okay, so in this pose, you stay in the pose. In this pose, it's the surrender pose. So again, remember, we're surrendering to our old beliefs, our old ideas, and we're letting them go. Okay, so they no longer have space. So we're surrendering to whatever it is. And they no longer are needed. So when you make the surrender on your mat, you can take it off the mat. 2 more breaths here. We're going to ripple forward. We're going to tuck the toes, and we're going to push up into downward facing dog. From here, you can lift that left leg up, or the right leg up, sorry, or you can just bring that right foot in between the hands. You can grab it and bring it, sweep it, whatever works for you, and drop that left knee. From here, we're going to walk the fingertips over towards the left. You can stay right here. And this is our nice, gentle stretch today. Breathing, stay with me, breathing in and breathing out. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can go ahead and come down to the elbows. Breathing in and breathing out. Noticing what's happening in your body. Being right here, right now. And remember, if you go down here and you're like, oh no, come back up. Take that block. It's always an option. If you don't have a block, take a book. Whatever feels good for you. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. Good, and then we're going to frame the foot with the hands. We're going to slowly rise up. And then continue. You can stay here, or maybe you lift up a little bit more, stretching and reaching, smiling at the sky, at all the things that have yet to come. Think of all the positive things that you might need to fulfill your intentions. Good, and then slowly come down. Frame that right foot with the hands. The left toes come up. We bring that right foot to meet the left. You can stay here, or you can push back into your downward facing dog for 2 breaths, whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, so 2 breaths here. And then that gaze up. So if you want to, we can step that left foot, and if you need a little bit more help, you bring that left foot just like that, okay? We drop that right knee, and this time we're walking our hands over to the right. Okay, so again, you decide if you're going to stay here or if you're going to come down to your elbows. And again, each side may be different, so just kind of play with it, see how it feels. Two more deep breaths here. See what's opening, see what your body's saying to you. What's stretching, what feels yummy today. And then slowly walk the hands. Inhale, lift those arms up. And when you're comfortable, you can stay here or arch the back just a little. Raise those arms up, smiling up, giving gratitude. Find something that you're grateful for in this moment. Grateful for this practice. I'm grateful for this practice, for you joining me. Maybe it's the smile, whatever it is. 2 more breaths. And then bring the hands down. Framing the left foot. Right toes pop up. Left foot right. And we push ourselves back into that downward facing dog. Okay, so from here, we're going to walk our feet towards our hands. Now, whatever you're comfortable with here, you can stand in a forward fold, just gently hanging down. If you want to grab that block, if you have it, hands can go on the block. Again, whatever you're comfortable with. And rock side to side. Maybe give a little shout out to your feet. Hi, feet. Finding the gratitude that they're here. And then very slowly, one vertebrae at a time, we come up. Head should come up last. Roll those shoulders back. Palms out. Feet hip distance apart, finding that mountain pose. So find a strong, steady gaze. Maybe it's out at the wall. Maybe it's down at the floor. Maybe it's up at the ceiling. wherever you would really like your energy to be directed. And remember that mountains are strong, solid. So this is a gathering of strength here. Good. Inhale up. Grab that left wrist and bend over to the right. Come to center. Grab that right wrist, bend over to the left. Come back to center. Hands come all the way down into that forward fold. Inhale up, bring the hands to the shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep the arms all the way up and bring the hands down to heart center. Okay? So we're gonna walk towards the front of our mat just a little bit. Feet are gonna come together. And we're gonna sink into chair, Uttanasana. Okay? So we're gonna just get a little bit warm. So we're gonna inhale, come up. Inhale, sink down. Palms together, twist over to the left. You can stay here, or if you want, you can open those hands out. Keep breathing, keep smiling. Hands close, heart dials forward. Inhale, come up and sink into chair. Inhale up. And as we twist to the other side, we go to the right. Deep, full breaths here. And you can stay here or you can open the arms on this side. 2 more breaths. And then dial that heart to center. Inhale, come up. Exhale, allow the arms to fall down. Good. Let's step back with that right foot. Roll those toes out. Maybe you pick that foot up, stretch through that front thigh. Maybe this is where you start. Maybe you start to pick that hand up. Maybe you play with leaning forward just a little bit. That's as far as we're gonna go today. And then come forward and release. Send the foot out, roll it out. Good. Left foot goes back. Roll over those toes. Good. And then send that forward. And then maybe you grab that foot with the left hand. You stay here. Maybe you bring the arm out for balance. Maybe you play a little bit with it. See how that feels. Just breathing wherever you're comfortable. Remember, the wall is always our friend. We can gently put our fingertips on a wall. And then release. And roll those toes out. Good. Now we're gonna come, you can go sideways on your mat if you want. I'll start this way and show you. You can have that block or that book. And I want you to keep your neck and your back all in alignment, okay? So we don't want the head to go first. We don't want the head to go last. Put your hands on your hips. And we're slowly gonna fold forward to what's comfortable for you. So that the crown of that head can come down. We can stay onto the block. If you feel you want to widen the stance, you can do that. Or you can come down to the floor, wherever you're at. 2 breaths here. If you're on the floor, you have the option to walk those hands out and then walk them back in. We're going to start with the right hand on the floor and the left hand opens. Deep, full breaths here. Exhale, release. And then we go to the other side. So you stay there. I'm just changing positions. We peel open the right arm, stretching open. And then release down. Good. And again, very slowly come up. Everything comes up together. Heel toe. Inhale up. Grab that left wrist and bend over to the right. The barking dogs is just part of the meditation. Come to center. Grab that right arm over to the left. Beautiful. Back to center. We're going to inhale up again. And on the exhale, we're going to forward fold all the way down. We're going to bring ourselves down all the way. And I want you to lay on your back. Okay? And while you're on your back, hug your knees in and rock side to side. Okay, side to side. However that looks for you. Trying to find the best way to do this for you guys. So side to side. And then I want you to take your feet, the soles of the feet to the floor. You're going to be laying down. Cross that right ankle over that left knee. And then if you would like, you can stay here or you reach through and grab leg and hug it in, making sure your head's on the floor. So you're going to stay like that. Keep breathing. And then slowly release. Left foot comes over the right. And again, you're laying down. You can reach that arm through, hug everything in, or you can keep everything right where it is on the ground. And then slowly release. And then I want you to take your feet the width of the mat. And you're going to drop your knees over. You're laying down, remember. And you're dropping your knees over. So you're laying like this, arms out in a T. And your gaze comes over to the left side of the shoulder. And you stay here and you feel that stretch come down the left side. You relax deeply into this twist. Deep, full breaths. Inhale, bring the knees to center, hug them in again. And then place the feet down, the width of the mat. Drop the knees over to the left. Arms are going to be out in a T again as you bring your gaze over to the right. Breathing in, breathing out. Connecting the body to the breath and the breath to the body. Continue to breathe. Two more breaths. And now the options here are you can either, I apologize, allow all outside sounds to be part of the meditation, part of the experience, just as all things from life filter in. It's one of those things. We just accept it and let it come in and let it come out. And we don't become attached to it. It just is. It just is part of the experience. So now I want you to stretch out fully onto your mat. You can hug your knees in one more time if you'd like. Or you can stretch out fully on your mat. If you have a blanket, you can use that. If you have a bolster or pillow, you can use that. And then take a deep breath in. And exhale all the way down the body as you're laying down. And then I want you to squeeze everything in your face. Squeeze your eyes, squeeze your mouth, squeeze your cheeks, squeeze, 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 and breathe. And then release. And then I want you to squeeze your face, squeeze your arms, squeeze your muscles and your biceps, and breathe. And everything is squeezing and breathing. And then release. And then I want you to squeeze the biceps, the hands, the face, the thighs, the calves, the feet. Every body part that you can squeeze, I want you to squeeze and engage the muscles and breathe and squeeze and breathe and squeeze. Keep on going, keep on breathing, keep on squeezing, keep going, almost there, and release. We've made it to that quiet place of Shavasana where we give ourselves just a few moments to relax and rest. This time is for you. It gives our practice time to the different movements to sink into our muscle memory. And start to soften from the top of the head all the way down. The eyes relax into the head. The cheekbones soften. The mouth is unclenched. From where the back of your skull touches all the way down your neck and your spine, all the way down to your lower back, you feel where it's all touching the earth. And you release a little bit deeper. The shoulders sink and become a little bit heavier. The arms are out with palms up for receiving, palms down if you want to be a little bit more grounded. Release the legs as they become heavier. And if there's any place in your body that you're holding on to tension, release it now. There's nowhere to go and there's nothing to do. This time is just for you. If you feel your mind wandering, let it go and then just gently bring it back again. Stay with the breath. Stay with the body. There's nowhere to go and there's nothing to do. And if you want a little bit longer Shavasana, you can pause me and keep relaxing. Or I can leave you with this thought. This is what I have to say to you. In the first stage of your journey, you've learned to replace harmful beliefs with helpful ones. It was such a relief to let go of negativity that it became a temptation to stay there and to make your home in these newly acquired positive thoughts. But a positive self-image is still a mask. The next stage of your journey is becoming comfortable with the unknown. It involves being clear and courageous enough to rest in bare awareness without having to create another identity. without needing to tack yet another belief to the end of I am. Experience the expansion and the spaciousness that comes from resting in the truth of the unknowing. It isn't comfortable, at least not now, but it is powerful and creative. It's what your soul longs for. Use the sense of vertigo to leave behind the known and let go of the need to tether your soul to anything solid or definable. Let yourself go over and over until it is second nature to be weightless. I now invite you to bring awareness back into your body. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Roll your head side to side, and you can stay here for your final breaths, or you can roll to one side, whichever feels more comfortable. And as you take these last few breaths in this space, I invite you to say something kind and loving to yourself. And if this is hard for you, maybe you think of someone that you would say to a friend or a loved one or a small child, and then say it to yourself. And when you're ready, find your way back into your comfortable seat with your eyes still closed or a soft gaze down. We take a deep breath in. Exhale with a sigh. And we always turn the corners of our mouth up in a smile because it's just not that deep today. We bow our heads to our hearts in yoga as a daily reminder of what we are here to do. I'm so very grateful for the support and the outpour of love of people who want to see these videos. Thank you for your encouragement. I am honored. The recovering person in me sees and honors the recovering person in you. Namaste. So thank you so much. I'm sorry that was a much long and awaited video, but I will be on top of it now. So the next time you come back, I'll have something new for you. Give me a couple weeks. I think I'm going to try for every couple weeks. But if you really liked it, spread the word. Tell somebody else to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And leave positive feedback. I always love to hear what you thought, what you want, what you need. Thank you so much.